welcome to the Spill and Grill.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tashinga.
And this is where you spill the stories.
And we grill them to perfection.
Okay guys, let's get started with today's stories. Today's theme, criminals. Let's put it that way, criminals. People that really are not safe to be in public and should be in jail. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Let's get started. So this story is short, but not so sweet. Was on an online meetup. She had neglected to tell me that she was 9 months pregnant and that the father was stalking her. And that if he found us together, he'd likely kill us both.
Firstly, why is she 9 months pregnant going on a date?
Yeah. Shouldn't you be focused on the baby that's about to come? What about if your water breaks on the date?
Dates.
That would be a story, though.
That definitely would. And you guys, if that's happened to you, please email us.
Right? Oh, yeah. If that's a story, we want to hear it. This story is so short, but there's so much in it that it's hard to, unpack it all. So the ex-boyfriend, or the father of the baby daddy, was stalking her. So he's, following around. And if he were to find her on a date, or with somebody else, with another guy, he'd likely kill both of them.
That's scary. I would disengage ASAP.
Yeah. She needs to focus on getting away from him, and she needs to focus on the baby that's about to come. I understand everybody wants to date. We all want to find that person, or even if we just want to date for fun. But at 9 months pregnant...
I mean, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, chill.
Just, thinking, when is the baby coming out? You're not feeling... You're the most, swollen... Right? You're about to give birth. Your body is getting ready
Any
to do
second.
That. And you want to go on a date? Props to you, but no.
And I'm sorry, but this woman is being kind of selfish.
Yeah.
Because if by me going on a date with you or dating you puts my life in danger, then that person shouldn't be dating until she gets resolved.
Do you think it's literal?
I think so. Because, okay, yes, we use the word quite often, oh, shit, I broke the camera, Tashinga's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
But in this sense, would it be not literal? If he finds us together, he'd likely kill us both.
That's so scary.
This woman, needs to leave, leave the city or something. Call the cops. I mean, sometimes I understand the cops don't always help, unfortunately. But you need to resolve the stalking baby daddy. Somehow get away from him. And then have the baby. Focus on the baby. And then date later on.
That's true.
Okay, let's say this guy goes on the date. He likes the girl, right? And he's like, okay, fine. She's 9 months pregnant, right? But I like her. Let's see. Let's continue. 1 week later, she gives birth. Fine. He comes to visit her at the hospital with flowers and whatever. But you won't have time to date. When the baby goes down for a nap, he's going to come over for a quickie? What kind of relationship would that be?
It's true, and you don't want to raise a baby with a stranger.
Right. And is he expected to raise that baby if he's only been dating her a few weeks or a few months?
Probably not. That would be silly of her to ask this.
Well, it's silly of her to go on a date at 9 months pregnant. It makes zero sense. And it's selfish if you know that you're putting someone in danger. Imagine he comes to visit her after she gives birth, and then the baby daddy comes in and he starts a whole scene in the hospital.
Oh my god, I never thought of that. That's like a telenovela.
Right, yeah.
There's a TV show on Amazon Prime called Citas Barcelona, and it's just about dating in Barcelona. It's a TV series, so every episode is someone else dating someone new, so it's completely different actors. And there's season 2, the first episode, you have to watch it, but they filmed it all here in Barcelona. So they're at a restaurant called Jacqueline, and the guy comes and he's like, so sorry I'm late, and she was like, oh, no problem. And then they order food, and the date's going really well, and she was like, I just need to go to the bathroom. She gets up, she's pregnant, maybe 7 to 9 months, and he's like, and she goes, and his face is like, so he didn't know.
Because she was sitting down already.
Yes, so she was smart. She knew what she was doing. She got there. If it was oh, we're meeting at 2, she must have got there 1:45. And it was literally as if the table must have been here. And she was wearing something loose and oversized. You wouldn't have been able to tell. And she was a very petite woman. So she just was not carrying it anywhere. And then was like, I'm going to the bathroom. And he literally was like... And he didn't know what to do. And then, I won't spoil the rest, but you have to watch it. But,
oh my God.
Of course, on the dating apps, she's taking old photos or from...
You really shouldn't be dating at that stage. I'm sorry. That's really... That's a little too much.
You might have some takers. Some guys are into that.
Yeah.
It's like a kink for them, isn't it?
There's a guy in Baby Mama with Tina Fey where he's just like super into pregnant women. And at one point he's like, can I touch your belly? And like he puts his hand on her belly and he's like too into it. Like, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's actually, it's a super funny scene.
Oh, okay.
And her face is just like, like, okay, this is a little bit too much.
Honestly, there's a fetish about everything.
There really is, guys.
I can't.
I don't want to kink shame, but sometimes.
No, at this point, like, I'm gonna start having a fetish of ketchup.
Right, exactly. I like balloons. Like you know what? I'm so turned on by your shoelaces.
Balloons.
Like, I know, but it's
no, it's true. Like, I agree with you.
A lot of no's in a very, very short story.
Don't date 9 months pregnant.
And when you have who can violently kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is scary. Definitely shouldn't be dating, and it's not fair to the person that you're going on dates with.
No, it's not.
Okay, guys, let's move on to the next criminal.
Matched with this guy a few years ago. Nothing serious. We were talking for a few days. It was Christmas time. The texts were really flirty. Finally, he says he wants to see me. I told him I was out of the state for Christmas and my friend was coming in town for my birthday, which was 5 days later. So we've got a link up after New Year's. He did not like that. He sent me an annoyed gif. I laughed it off and sent him a silly gif, thinking he can't actually be mad. He was, and it got worse.
Why I gotta wait that long?
Sir, I told you why.
I'm not waiting till after New Year's.
His attitude was turning me off. This was supposed to be cute and fun, so I told him, keep waiting. I'm no longer interested, have a good holiday. And I blocked him. He proceeds to make 8 different phone numbers to send threatening messages to me, and here are some of them. You got me up thinking you could dictate me waiting on you or not. That's my choice. I don't move on your time. Is you dumb? I move on my time. You're not gonna make me wait on you, you dummy. Wrong with you? I was being nice till you tried to play me. You bugging the out. Don't ever disrespect my you. But she sends SMS service error 202. Message delivery failed. Further messages will be charged to your account. And he continues. My and she sends SMS service error 202. You lucky we wasn't in person. I would have smacked out of you for being disrespectful, dumb my and she says SMS service error 202.
Good for you for not playing into like getting triggered, because he was trying to get a reaction. He was trying to piss her off, and she was like, no, I didn't get this message. I refuse to acknowledge you. Good for you. Good to the poster for doing that, because this guy sounds absolutely unhinged. He flat out, he said, I would smack you, right?
Yeah.
That is a physical threat. You can go to the cops for that.
It's true. And like also the fact that he's like, I'm not waiting. Honey, it's after New Year's. It's not that long. It's not that deep.
Yeah, we're talking, what, 1 or 2 weeks?
Weeks, max. And then you meet. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
How was your Christmas?
And 2 weeks is like 2 weeks on text. I mean, I understand it can feel kind of long.
It does,
but it's a great time to get to know each other. Yeah. Because that's all you have is time to talk.
It's true.
Right?
You could have done FaceTimes, video calls.
Right. Exactly. Right? Imagine like couples that are long distance. Those people spend months and months and months just talking. Yeah. And you can't deal with like 2 weeks of talking. Just wait for the holidays.
It's true.
Why don't we go after the holidays? After everything's soothed a little bit, you know? After the dust has settled,
it's true.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You can find out about their Christmas, their New Year's. So much more to share as well.
Exactly. It would have been a perfect time to meet somebody. So, this guy is, to use his words, a dummy. A dummy and a criminal. Because he did flat out threaten her, so...
he did everything under the sun.
Oh my God. Except sound like an intelligent human being.
But really, like, who does this kind of like talk, like this profanity talk like that? Like, so aggressive. So it's so vulgar.
The only way you're gonna get someone to your sir is if you pay them.
It's true. Exactly.
But you know what? Christmas miracle right here, because you got to see his true colors before meeting him. Because imagine, like, everything's fine. You guys go on a date. Everything's good. You guys are dating now. He's your boyfriend. And then the one time you piss him off, and then he loses the plot on you.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
It's actually quite scary. On something so small. And the fact that he sent the annoyed gif.
Yeah.
And then she probably thought, oh, he's joking. And she sent a silly gif and he did not find it funny.
Well, because you would think, like, it's understandable, right?
Honey.
And he sounds like an idiot with that vocabulary, quite frankly.
Sure does. He sure does.
Like, I really, really admire your patience and the way you were able to control yourself and just send that message.
That's true.
And no reply, no defending yourself. Like,
no, it speaks very highly of you.
I'm going to copy and paste that next time I get harassed. I mean, hopefully there's no next time I get harassed.
No,
but...
or give it to a friend
yes.
to use. And I'm going to take a leaf out of that book. Of just
absolutely.
Being like, calm, collected, and make you look like basically.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he did that himself.
Yeah, but you know, let's do it times 10.
Yeah. And I like what she said. This was supposed to be fun and cute and entertaining.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be an all-out war. Like,
no, exactly. And take it so seriously. You've
right?
been texting for a couple of days.
Yeah.
A few days, she said. What is this?
Come on. And you can't just keep going for just a few weeks. 2 weeks. It's not a big deal.
It's not.
And you know what? I'd like to know, why is he not busy during the holidays? Does he not have friends and family that he needs to catch up with or hang out with on the holidays? Because that's a very busy time. It's a very hectic time.
It is.
And unless, like, you're really close to people, you don't really have free time on your hands. No. You're buying gifts, you're catching up, you're trying to catch up with your bills, like, you're working extra hours to make more money. Like, I want to know why he was not free. Why he was free.
Yes,
why he had so much free time during the holidays. I think that's a red flag on its own. Right?
Yeah.
I have this friend who I've spent New Year's Eve with him a few times, and he brings this guy with him. They've done karate since they were kids together. Cute. But he brings him to the New Year's parties because that guy has nowhere to go. And let me tell you guys, this man is literally one of the most annoying people I have ever met in my life. He just loves to talk. We were talking about, like, weird dating stories, and I mentioned about this guy that I had met. This is, like, when I was still dating, and I really liked the guy. I thought he was really nice, and he had met another girl at the same time as me. And in the end, he chose that girl. And whatever, okay, I liked him. It stung a little bit, definitely. But the part that I hated the most was the fact that her name was also Sarah. And we're sharing stories, right? Okay, so yeah. I was like, yeah, not only did I get friend zoned, I got rejected for another Sarah. That's the worst part of it.
That is, yeah. I would be annoyed.
Yeah. And he went, what? So that's your problem? It's not her fault that she has your name.
Oh my God, these people. I can't.
Yeah. And I'm like, listen, we're just sharing stories. Exactly. And at that time, in the moment of the rejection and the being friend zoned, that extra part stung more. Yes, it's not a big deal. Yes, it's not her fault. And I'm sure she was a lovely person, and that's why he chose her over me. Like, fine. But in that moment, that was an extra little pinch for me. Yeah. It's true. I became Sarah 2.0. Oh, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
I didn't like it.
No, I get that.
But he had to discredit that, of course. Yeah.
Then you stay alone for Christmas.
Exactly. And I'm like, and that is why you're alone. That is why you're alone for the holidays. That's why no one wants you around.
And that's why this guy is probably alone.
Absolutely.
Again, year after year.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly sound like a pleasant person to be around.
Yeah, he sounds horrible. That being said, guys, if you do have crazy dating stories like this, pleasant, unpleasant, whatever, we want to hear from you. We love hearing from you. So we'll leave the email on the screen now, thespillandgrill@gmail.com. And as always, guys, disclaimer, we are not professionals, we are not doctors, we are not therapists, we are not dating coaches.
We're not professionals in any way. We are just professional talkers. We like to talk, we like to rant, we like to make reactions. That's it. and you can take our advice or not. Completely up to you. But we're not professionals. We're not dating coaches, behavioral analysis specialists, nothing like that. So maybe what we say is wrong. So we're just covering our asses.
Exactly. And building a community where everyone can feel like they're in the same boat or relate.
Yeah. Everyone's had bad stories. So please, let's share them. Let's talk about it. Because even though we're not therapists, this can be therapeutic.
Exactly. Oh, that was very nice, Sarah. I like that. I like that. So if you are listening on Spotify, you've been listening to The Spill and Grill. And if you are watching us on YouTube, you've been watching The Spill and Grill. I'm Shinga.
And I'm Sarah.
Bye, guys. See you next week.